Welcome to the Rustic Garden. These are my garden transplants. I start a lot of things as transplants because it helps me get things to plate, to table. I can eat them 2 or 3 weeks early. As my cool weather crops are finishing up, when I don't really have space in the garden, I start my warm weather crops in cups about two or 3 weeks before they're ready to go in my ground or before I have space for them to go in my ground. Today I want to talk about strategies for growing green beans as transplants. Green beans sprout really easily, so growing them as transplants isn't because they're hard to germinate. I have 2 problems that happen in my yard. The first one are rabbits. As soon as a sprout comes up, baby rabbits that find their way in seem to find the beans and chew them down. So if I do a row, that whole row will be gone. If I do them in pockets, those pockets are gone. For whatever reason, rabbits can find green beans really easily here. I'm in Maryland Zone 7. The other thing is insects. I get flea beetles and other pests that seem to attack the beans pretty quickly once they come out of the ground. And what I like to do is, my strategy is to grow them in cups until they get their real leaves, their 3rd, 4th sets of leaves, and they're a little bit stronger and they can withstand insect attacks better. Let me show you an example. Over here is one of my raised beds. It had lettuce and arugula in it, cool weather vegetables. There's the remains of my arugula. I used what I needed last night and that will go into the compost bin. But after I pulled it out, I was able to put beans right into the bed. And you can see in here they have their main leaves coming out. This makes for a stronger plant, so if for some reason the flea beetles come or other insects come, it gives me a little bit more time to identify that a pest attack is happening. The plants are a little more mature and can handle a pest attack, and therefore what happens is I end up with being able to help these beans survive. I get established bean plants and I don't have to then replant again and hope that things work out. Let me show you one more place. I'm growing tomatoes for size over here on this side of my garden, and I'm trying to break a personal record of a little over 2 pounds. Over here I grow Aussie heirloom tomatoes. But one of the reasons I like transplants is because, one, I can put in some nice sized tomatoes, but I can also drop in bean plants. One of the strategies I have to do is I have to build cages to protect them from rabbits that come in. So this is a basic cage made out of chicken wire, and this will stop the rabbits from coming and shearing the leaves down. As the plants grow, I'll use bamboo stakes and raise this up and keep the leaves covered, because rabbits tend to like to eat from top down and shear the vegetable plant down that way. Let me show you one more place. Here's another raised bed, and one thing I like to do with vegetable transplants, in this case bean transplants, is just find spaces in my garden that I can tuck the beans in. Up here are green beans that I put in, just 2 plants. These are pinto beans, and over there are more pinto beans. And this is a strategy I use, is I will tuck the beans throughout my raised bed gardens, hoping that the rabbits don't find everything if they come in. I can't cover everything in cages, but I just do a couple of different things so that my bean plants will mature and I will get green beans. Hopefully this gives you some things to think about. If you enjoyed my video, please check out my blog at www.therusticgarden.blogspot.com, and also check out my YouTube videos. Thanks.